I just wanted to read this little passage in Beowulf. This is the part of where they've gone back in time and they're talking about who put the treasure in the vault. I keep saying that in the real world, I think that's the Romans, and it's when the Romans exited Britain, and they stored a portion. This is really important when you're listening to this. Some of the treasure of Britain under the earth, and the rest they took with them into Gaul. And then this is the Beowulf passage. So, and this was 300 years beforehand. So, like, it says, there was in that house of earth many of such olden treasures as someone, I know not who, among men in days of yore had there prudently concealed, jewels of price and mighty heirlooms of a noble race. All of them death had taken in times before, and now he too, alone of the proven warriors of his people, who longest walked the earth, watching, grieving for his friends, hoped but for the same fate, that he might only a little space enjoy those long-hoarded things. A barrow already waited upon the earth, nigh to the watery waves, new made upon a headland, secured by binding spells. Therein did the keeper of the rings laid a portion right worthy to be treasured of the wealth of noble men, of plated gold, and a few words he spake. Keep thou now, earth, since mighty men could not, the wealth of warriors. Lo, aforetime in thee it was that good men found it. Death in battle, cruel and deadly evil, have taken each mortal man of my people, who have forsaken this life, the mirth of warriors in the hall. I have none that may bear sword, or burnished plated cup and precious drinking vessel. The proud host hath vanished away. Now shall the hard helm, gold adorned, be stripped of its plates. Those who should burnish it, who should polish its visor for battle, are asleep, and the armour too that stood well the bite of iron swords in war amidst bursting shields now followeth its wearer to decay. The ringed corslet no more may widely fare in company of a prince of war upon the side of mighty men. There is no loud sound of harp, no mirth of instrumental music, nor doth good hawk sweep through the hall, nor the swift horse tramp the castle court. Ruinous death has banished hence many a one of living men. Even thus, in woe of heart, he mourned his sorrow, alone, when all had gone. Joyless, he cried aloud by day and night, until the tide of death touched at his heart. And that's, I think, the story of the last Roman that was left there guarding it, that knew what it was. The last of the exited Romans, which they kind of talk about in there, and then they talk about the portion, they talk about the headland, nigh to the watery waves, and we know the sea came all the way through to it. I think it was a port, and the building was a bathhouse that was then converted into a storage room, basically, and then that later became vaults for the sort of important people that went under the church, as well as this extra chamber, I think, is still there. I hope so. I really hope so. But all the stuff that was in there, they find, Beowulf and Wiglaf find, and I think a lot of that was then taken up to the mound where I think he was buried, and then this guy opened the bank that I've told you about. Crazy stuff. But yeah, this, I think I'm literally reading about the vault I've been going on about and on about. So yeah, just thought I'd just share that with you because it's one of my favourite bits as well. It's this little snippet, even in Beowulf, of them looking back in time, like reminiscing about it. It's like it's funny stuff, man. Take it easy.